Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Jones. I am the Education Director for the Oracle Applications and Technologies Users Group. I want to welcome everyone to this session titled SEN 2026 Preview, Oracle's EBS Developer Dev Presence and Participation. I'm very excited to run this webinar. This is one of the preview webinars we do for Ascend. EBS is a big focus of the Ascend conference. And we're going to kind of try to break out all the different sessions that we have at Ascend for the EBS attendee. We do run roughly around 80 to 90 EBS sessions. So this is to kind of help navigate you through some of these sessions. And leading this webinar is going to be Nadia Bendjedou. She's the Vice President of Product Strategy for eBusiness Suite Development. Take it away, Nadia.
Thank you very much, Mike. First of all, thank you for hosting me as you do every year. Thank you for the OATUG in general for giving us really the opportunity to present and talk to our customer base. Really, very much appreciated. Well, first, good morning to everyone, and thank you for joining us today. In this webinar, I'm going to try to give you a preview of the Ascend 2026 conference from the eBusiness Suite development perspective. I'll talk about our participation, our sessions, our activities throughout the conference. As I'm sure everybody knows, at its core, the Ascend is really about education. You will see lots of sessions at the conference. Very, very interesting session. I have been reviewing the catalog for the session. It's also about sharing with your peers and your the people you are meeting, but also about networking. You are networking with development, but also networking with other people, other peers. But that's really something that we deeply believe in within the eBusiness Suite development organization. As many of you have followed up over the years, I'm sure you have seen that. But for those who have not met, my name, as Mike said, the name is Nadia Bendjedou. I'm Vice President of the Product Strategy for the eBusiness Suite product line at Oracle. But before I go any further in the detail of the session and what we are delivering, etc., I really would like to take a pause for a moment to recognize someone truly, truly exceptional, Cliff Godwin. Cliff Godwin has been the cornerstone for the eBusiness Suite development for decades, has also been a supporter for the user groups in general and the OATUG in particular for North America user group for decades. But beyond the role, what really defines Cliff is his commitment to the eBusiness Suite team, ourselves, to the eBusiness Suite customers, yourselves, and to the eBusiness Suite product line. It also defines him by his passion for sharing the knowledge. You see him in all the conferences. I don't think he missed one conference over the last decades. His great value for education. He really does respect the education effort that the OATUG puts every year. And also, he's also known for helping others to grow, and that is Cliff Godwin. Now, having said all of that, we have a very mixed feeling, and I would like to share his farewell and retirement message with you all. This is actually a written message from Cliff, which he asked me to share with you, and I'm going to leave you a moment to read it in your own time first. Okay. As you see, Cliff has been very dedicated to the OATUG and to you all as an EBS users. Even in his last few days at Oracle and even in the last few hours, he was still guiding, still advising, still showing up fully, as if he was here going to be forever. Alas, he was leaving the very next day, and that level of dedication is extremely rare. And it's something that has left a lasting impact on all of us within Oracle. And I'm sure as you now got the message, I'm sure he has some impact on you as well. As he said in his message, Cliff passes his leadership to Lisa Perec. His legacy and his values very much continues. Looking ahead, Lisa is stepping into his leadership role, and Lisa is a group vice president of application development for eBusiness Suite. And she's well known already and appreciated by you all. Lisa has joined Oracle eBusiness Suite development 30 years ago, working alongside Cliff for all this time, and herself has been presenting at Ascent conferences as long as I remember, over decades. Lisa will be taking in the shoes of Cliff in a way. She will be presenting the eBusiness Suite keynote session at the conference, as Cliff has done for years and years. So the session is eBusiness Suite Strategy and Update. In this session, Lisa will talk about what we have been doing lately in the latest releases on behalf of our customers. She will also talk about where eBusiness Suite is going. This is more or less the must session that you need to attend. In fact, if you can only attend one session by EBS development, then at the conference, then I would say this is it. This session will take place on Tuesday, June the 9th at 10 a.m. So while we turn a page, we also continue the journey with strong leadership, continuity, and clear direction forward. And as to make this really concrete, this is the team attending and presenting at the conference. This is the group you have known, the people behind the scene, and they are on the ground, working with you, supporting you, and contributing to the community over the years. I know you have known this team for years and years. So when we talk about continuity, this is really what it looks like. Lisa steps into the leadership supported by the same team that has the experience of the EBS, the same team that is committed to the EBS product. While it is different leader, but the same people, same expertise, same dedication. So the leadership evolved, but the foundation which Cliff has created remains exactly the same. So we will be supporting Lisa, and we will be supporting customers at the conference in the same way we have been supporting Cliff over all these decades. Now, as you see, together with this team, we will be presenting a very, very comprehensive set of sessions throughout the week, starting even on Monday with the CABs and the hands-on lab. So lots of sessions we are preparing for you guys. Here, this is a slide just to show you the EBS Oracle-led conference session. We have about 33, and without even counting the CABs and the hands-on lab, I put some sort of like a percentage. So we have about 10 sessions from the AppStack, which is the application technology, which basically constitutes 31% of the overall participation from development. We have about 8 sessions, which is more or less 24% of the overall sessions that are across the board, meaning they apply to financial, like they apply to procurement, like they apply to manufacturing. So this is what we call across-suite sessions. We also have sessions that are specific by functional area. We have 9 sessions from the supply chain, which include the order management, the warehouse management, the inventory, the manufacturing, and that constitutes about 27% of our overall participation. And then we have also 6 sessions covering the ERP, from financial, procurement, project, and lease management, which constitute about 18% of the overall participation. Let's go into the details. So if we look at the across the suite sessions that we cover, and if you remember last year, if you attended my session last year, we'll see those sessions have not really changed, although there are updates in every one of them. but it's about continuation. So Lisa, as I said, she will cover the eBusiness Suite strategy and update as our EBS keynote, but followed by a number of leads that drills down into the detail. For example, Jeannie will be talking about the 12.2 feature, functional highlight. This is really what we have been doing in the eBusiness Suite from a functional perspective. What's new in financial, what's new in procurement, what's new in manufacturing, etc. In the eBusiness Suite 12.2 highlights. It's a long session, lots of content. This is more or less something that lots of customers want to know, especially when they are updating from one release of 12.2 to another. Let's say customer is on 12.2.6 and they need to get to the 12.2.15 to overcome the 12.2.7 error correction baseline. They want to know what they will be getting by moving from 12.2.6 all the way to 12.2.15. So this is really the session for you. Personally, I will be covering something that I have started doing a couple of years ago, which is how customers can enable generative AI on the top of the eBusiness Suite, a session that I think we started developing 2 years ago. It's about enabling natural language capabilities, meaning ask EBS using a natural language questions on the top of eBusiness Suite 12.2 by leveraging the Oracle technology in generative AI. In that cross-suite content, Lisa and the development leadership team will be doing a Q&A, which we have always done every year, and there is no reason why we can't do it this year. So Lisa and the team will be doing a Q&A, and that's across the board. So if you have a question, and if you don't, make sure you prepare your question and bring them over to this session. In addition to that, we also have a customer panel. You will hear about customers using OCI. You will hear customers using about ECC. You will hear customers who have upgraded recently and the value they got from that. So you will hear your peers, basically, what they are doing with eBusiness Suite and how they are solving their daily business challenges with the eBusiness Suite. Across the board, we also have something very popular and has been very popular since 2018, which is really the new way of using the eBusiness Suite, using the command centers. This is delivered by Mohanad, who actually runs the whole development of the enterprise command center from a foundation perspective, as well as some functional area like financials. So this is really the 6 sessions that really are applicable no matter whether you are running financial, whether you are running manufacturing, whether you are running order management. This 6 sessions apply to all of those. There are other 10 sessions that also with the same mindset, meaning they are applicable to every single functional area, whether, again, you are running financial or procurement or manufacturing, order management. Those following 10 sessions on the slide will apply to you, because this is about the technology foundation underneath the eBusiness Suite. So Kevin Hudson will be delivering the strategy behind the technology stack, latest and what we are delivering soon, especially with the new tech stack, next generation tech stack. This is a very, very useful and popular session. Talk about what we have been delivering in the technology side and what we are working on. OCI has been a cornerstone for us for a number of years, I would say since 2016 and beyond. We have been helping customers to redeploy basically and run their eBusiness Suite application on OCI. OCI has become more or less the best optimized platform to run your EBS workload. And it's not like you would be the first one if you are going to do it today. We have tons of experience in the market, lots of partners and lots of Oracle consulting, and lots of customers have been doing it. And they have been successfully running on OCI. So this is a continuation and the latest update. We will hear about the latest capabilities we delivered with the eBusiness Suite Cloud Manager. That's going to be delivered by Santiago. Santiago also does the next session 3, which is about how to develop and how to deploy your customization in 12.2, guidance on whether you are running on premises today still, or you have already moved to OCI. This session is for you because he will talk about how you can continue doing those customizations regardless where EBS is deployed today. Performance session, always packed, always one of the most attended session, with Summer. And if you know Summer, I'm sure you do not want to miss his session. Another area which is very popular, has always been popular as a matter of fact, which is the integration. Integration has been a topic for the last 20 years, and today is more than ever. Customers are running multiple applications, and integration has never been stopped being a fashionable thing. So that is something that Kevin, I think he will do with that. Maintaining and patching your business suite environment is always topical because you are always applying the patches, moving to the next release. So that session is never out of fashion because there is always a new release and there is always a new ideas on how you patch your system and maintaining it. New session we had the lab a couple of years ago, which is number 7. This is really about preparing customers for the upcoming next generation technology stack. Yes, you have been hearing a lot about it. Yes, it's not out yet, but hopefully by Ascend conference, you will hear about some concrete example where we are experimenting with early customers about moving to the next generation technology stack. So hopefully we will have some experience with early customers. Maher will be talking about the latest and the greatest from the UI modernization. We address security and auditing in a business suite, always very topical. And we also have part of the AppStack foundation. We always have a Q&A session with the leadership of the application technology. You probably know them as ATG. That team always hosts a Q&A session for customers. So if you did not find the answer in the 9 session you attend throughout the week, there is still an opportunity for you to come to the Q&A and bring your question to the development team. On the ERP side, we have a number of sessions. The first one is really about financials. It's mostly about how you get value from ACC in the financial module. We have session on project procurement and lease accounting by Paolo, our VP who runs the whole ERP area. We also have another session in the procurement area by the same team, advanced procurement, the latest. We have been providing the latest features in the 12.2 in the procurement area. And another session that is pretty popular is the collaboration of procurement and OBN. You may know little about OBN, which is our business network, where you actually can share and use the partners and the suppliers that have put their information in the business network. Business network is something free. You can choose as you please. It's used by EBS customers as well as Fusion customers, as well as PeopleSoft and JD Edwards customers. So it's not only used by EBS, but that's what makes it even more popular because it's used and populated by the suppliers of all those applications. And of course, we have a dedicated session on the project strategy and updates. So that's on the ERP side. On the supply chain area, let me move that screen here. On the supply chain area, we have 7 sessions, and that includes the manufacturing area, the order management area, the asset management area, the logistic with the warehouse management, as well as the mobile dashboard for the command centers for logistic and order management. And also between Steve and Ramin, who are our VPs in the supply chain area. Steve is more on the order management and asset management, warehouse management, logistic, where Ramin and his team will be covering the manufacturing area, including the costing, especially the latest capabilities we have delivered in 12 to 15, which is about costing and profitability, especially very appropriate with tariffs driven world that we have been going through lately. So the supply chain is more or less divided in two main areas, mainly the manufacturing space as well as the rest of the supply chain, like logistics and order management and so on. So both VPs and their teams will be present at the conference covering those 7 sessions. Now, this is what is just what we call the education session. So, but there is a lot more than just the education session that our team is participating. So other things that we are covering, and I hinted at the very beginning, is what we call the focus group, or some people know them as CAB, for Customer Advisory Board. We have basically 3 CABs running in parallel on Monday afternoon, meaning if you are planning to come to the conference, make sure you are there for the Monday opening day. In the afternoon, we will be leading with our CAB delivered by our dev VPs. So we have a CAB dedicated to procurement and project led by Steve Tonis and his team. A second CAB, which is focusing on manufacturing, both discrete and process, which includes the new module or the new functionality of costing that has been delivered in 12 to 15. So Ramin and his team will be there to host a similar, as you see in the picture here on the right. This is really about listening and hearing from customers what they would like us to do in the product. So this CABs, typically customer advisory board, it's about us listening and you telling us what we need to do in the product. The third CAB is more the Steve Tonis area, which includes the order management, inventory, warehouse management, mobile supply chain, and shipping. Again, with his team, Steve will be listening to your business requirement, the capabilities that you are asking us to develop. And this is really more about listening to you as opposed to the educational session, which we have already addressed earlier on. So already we have 2 types of participation from EBS development. One where we are giving you the latest news, which is what we call the education session. And this one is about we are listening to what you would like us to add in the product. Okay. In addition to that, and also starting on Monday afternoon, is the hands-on lab. And the most popular hands-on lab have been lately from eBusiness Suite is the command centers. We have 2 types of ECC hands-on lab. We have the first one on the left-hand side, which is really starting with the installation, how you install, how you personalize the dashboard, and some basic extensibility. So this is basically 2.5 hours material. And you have the opportunity to talk to the VP of development and 2 of his direct report, traveling from Jordan and Egypt to be with you to run this hands-on lab. So the first one is on a Monday afternoon at the same time as the customer advisory board. And the second one is more dense and more detailed and more advanced. And this is really for those who are beyond the basic extensibility, those who are interested in building, creating their own data sets, creating their own command centers, etc. So this is a very extensive and deep into the enterprise command centers extensibility framework. So the second one is actually delivered, I believe, on the last day, on Thursday. So I don't believe you need to do both. You can do one or the other depending on what user profile is. If you are a developer, then you probably want to attend both. But if you are an end user, really want to just personalize and navigate and modify existing dashboard, etc., you may the first one is more appropriate for you. So definitely opportunity delivered by the development VP, as well as his direct report who are building this thing. Now, in addition to that, our team also participate in other activities like the SIGs. If we look at the SIGs, which we have been participating over the years, from a technical perspective, we have the upgrade SIG, we have the tech stack SIG, the sysadmin SIG, there is the customization SIG and the ECC SIG. So that is what I would call a technical SIG. In addition to that, our team have been collaborating with the SIG leaders from a functional perspective. There are SIGs from a functional side like account receivable, credit and collection, procurement SIG, the cost management SIG, which has a new leader for the costing, the tax management SIG, as well as the mobile and digital experience SIG. So while we are not running these SIGs, but our team have always been invited to participate to make sure that we are collaborating with the SIG leaders and the SIG members. So that is the second participation. In addition to that, most customers have been asking us, okay, we know about you guys in development, provide excellent session. You do the cabs, you do the hands-on lab, but tell me a little bit more about what other session by users and partners, etc. And one that comes all the time is how many other sessions, what are the AI sessions that are related to EBS? So I am personally very interested in attending many of those as much as I can. There are a number of EBS AI related sessions by users. This is by customers and users. Some customers bring their partner with them, but this is basically a real use cases. Most often customers are asking us, what are the use cases for AI on EBS? And this is a good one. This is a good list to start with. So come along and see what customers are built, how customers are using and adding AI on EBS. Just a number of those. Some of them even are doing live demos, etc. So this is put a list of a handful of AI related sessions by the users. There are other great sessions by the users and customers that are outside the development and outside the AI question, and the number of them, I mean, we're talking about customer success story in implementing EBS in Brazil. This is something very, very much specific. As you know, Brazil is very, it has the hardest compliance when it comes to tax. So many customers in Brazil would love to hear about this. There are other sessions by real customers. We're talking about NFI, talk about power industries, talking about Johnson Electric, talking about Toyota. Toyota are doing a number of sessions. Toyota is actually amazing because because of Toyota, we created what we call a Kanban feature in our manufacturing, which now not only used in the manufacturing space, but also with our inventory space, another feature that we have enlarged the scope from being a manufacturing centric to can be used by other modules in EBS like inventory. So Toyota has a number of sessions. I think this is one of them. Also sessions by users and partners that using Apex as the customization tool or extension tool on EBS. Apex has been very popular tool for customers when they want to build something on the top of EBS, like adding a new capabilities, adding a new application, etc. It's really the product it has become in the last few years. OCI, of course, we have a number of customers bringing their experience about how they optimize their EBS workload on OCI. So you will see some of those as well. Those are user session, customer session. In addition to the user and customer session, we have a number of great sessions by the partners. And this is just some of them. You see a lot of Apex on the screen. Yes, our partners have been extremely busy building extension using Apex on the top of eBusiness Suite. As I said, it is the tool it has become in the last couple of years. We have customers talking about ACC, obviously, sorry, partners, how they have actually used ECC to to unlock the power in a number of areas of the e-business suite. So these are some of the sessions from our partners. Great session. I wish I can clone myself to attend all these sessions, but I will do my best to attend as much as I can. Now, all that content, I'm just giving you a brief, but really here is where you find everything. Do we have this is the link you see at the EBS presence. Sorry, I meant Ascend 2026, not 2025. I will make sure I correct that. We also have, so this is from the EBS perspective. There is a page that tells you about EBS presence at the conference. This is also the Oracle presence, meaning beyond the e-business suite. Again, I need to check that, update the 2026, but the URL is correct, by the way. So in addition to the EBS, we have other Oracle teams from the database, from the cloud, from the EPM, from the middleware, from the OCI attending and presenting at the conference. So this is a beyond the e-business suite page. So there is a page dedicated to Oracle. And then there is the overall catalog that gives you, by the way, you search by title, by speaker, by category, by track, etc. I have been using it myself in the last few days to search for sessions. So really the content I talked about is just a preview, but to get more and to get the full, make sure you search the catalog. Now, why people should attend 2026 conference? Simply, I would say, again, it's about education, all those great sessions. It's also about networking. It's about sharing. And I think most customers tell me when they come to the conference, when they come to the Ascend, they go back to work with some sort of boosting, not only the energy, but also the knowledge, the insight, the new ideas they are getting from development, from Oracle, from the peer, from customers, from the partners. It's just an event where you learn and expand your horizon. There is no limit. This is what we talk about, the art of the impossible. So you get some aspiration, you connect with the Oracle team, connect with us. One thing I need to do, and I will work with Mike on that, we are going to create like a QR code for all our development leads and speakers. And if you want to connect with one of us, then you will just click on that QR code and say, for example, I want to meet Nadia because I need to talk to her about my business case, etc. So you will be able to just click on the QR code for Nadia and you will set up a meeting with me. And that we are going to be, we are working on that. They are not ready yet, those QR code. Once we work on them, I will be sharing them with Mike, and Mike remind me to do that and remind me to catch up with you on that. So you can actually connect with us directly, and we show you where our free slots available. So in a way you can tag into our calendar directly and reserve a slot with a particular Oracle speaker, at least the eBusiness Suite speakers that I am looking after. So we will do that very soon. Well, hopefully with that, I convinced you to come to the Ascend to meet us, to meet the eBusiness Suite development team, to you meet Lisa Perek, our new leader for the eBusiness Suite development organization, and the rest of the team that is supporting her and support our customer base and our eBusiness Suite product. Until then, hopefully I will see as many as I can at the conference. And until then, thank you again for giving me this opportunity to speak to you today. And Mike, Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Nadia. As you can see, Nadia has always put together a fantastic group of sessions for Ascend. I know any EBS users, it's really a great time to come to the conference and just see you could see and talk to the Nadia and her team. You could also see the latest features in AI. I know that comes up a lot. So we've got a lot of AI that's being kind of integrated a little bit with EBS. You see all those sessions. Nadia is doing those sessions. One of the things I did want to talk to everyone about for our call for papers, we launched a call for papers back in December, and we had about 120 sessions submitted for EBS. Then we had our members vote on those sessions. And so that basically our members picked the top 40 sessions from our call for papers. So all those user sessions that Nadia's sessions are always great. She scores so high. Her team scores so high with the sessions. But the call for paper sessions, like I've never been more excited. Like all the voters were just clamoring on how amazing those sessions were. Some of those sessions scored really high with our voters. We had 20 or 30 members vote on those sessions. And so I am so excited to see the sessions come out. For Ascend this year, it's going to be bigger and better than ever. I definitely want to thank Nadia for supporting us and sending a large Oracle team. And remember, at the Ascend conference, it's really not huge and crazy like the Oracle world or AI world. It's really more intimate, and you really get to sit down and speak with these Oracle folks, users, partners. With Cliff retiring, I did look back on some of our videos, and I found an interview we did with him in 2019, and his when he started that interview out, uh, his words remain the exactly same back in 2019 as it does today. I mean, there's no marketing at this conference. It's about users sharing stories with other users, connecting with Oracle, and connecting with some fantastic partners. So it's a real educational conference. That's what Cliff led off with in the video. And when I heard that, I smiled. It's gonna be difficult not to have him at this conference, as he's been to every Ascend, Collaborate, OATUG conference that we've ever hosted. We will miss him, but Nadia and her team, with Lisa heading it up, does a fantastic job. So I recommend everyone attend the conference. On a side note, registration early bird was supposed to end today. I think we're going to extend it till Wednesday. So if you're still deciding whether or not to come, early bird will end next Wednesday. So you'll save $200 on your registration with the early bird. And then if you're an OATUG member, you save an additional $300. So keep that in mind when registering. We hope to see everyone there. It's going to be a great time. The Carib is a fantastic property. We're going to have a great World Cup party. We're going to have kind of a great sports themed area at the conference. So please join us. And thank you so much, Nadia. I
Thank you,
can't
Mike.
see you. It's going to be fun.
Everybody.
All right.
Thank
Everyone
you.
have a great evening.
Thank you.